listen, if you've ever driven any real distances in France, you will know it's a fairly common sight. Every few miles, you see a bloke standing with his back to the motorway or the highway, having a pee. It's normal in France. It's not a problem. But here, it's become a big issue as a local council comes under fire for issuing fines to people who are found urinating in the woods behind a tree near a lay-by. But when nature calls, should a discreet wee go unpunished?
Business owner, that was not the way I was expecting this debate to begin. Business owner Mark Byron says fines are the only way to stop people being like the French. But TV personality Aggie Mackenzie says there's nothing wrong with spending a penny in the woods. You're like Richard.
I'm with you.
You'll happily stop.
What is the problem?
What's the problem?
I don't understand
It's disgusting is the problem.
Why is it disgusting?
Because it's unpleasant.
Why is it unpleasant?
It's something you should do behind closed doors
But
in
what
a
if you
toilet.
can't?
But if you're caught
can't?
short, what are you supposed to do? Wait in your car?
Carry a bottle. Keep a big bottle in the car, you know.
You can't sit in a car and pee into a bottle.
Peeing in a bottle in a car.
Do what your mum said and go before you get in the car.
Yeah, go before you leave the house. We're taught that from, like, when we're babies. Now, as grown-ups, we should still practice that.
Look, sometimes
absolutely.
you don't have a choice. Look, the time that I did it, and I'm not saying it was the only time, it's very rare, but the last time I did it, a few years ago, was in Cornwall. I'd had a puncture. Late at night, I'd had a puncture, I'd had a devil of a job getting the tyre off, and I had lots of issues, and I finally got it back on again, and I was really desperate for a pee, and I realised, after I'd driven a few miles, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. No. So I parked in a lay-by, went behind a tree, and had a pee.
It wasn't a gratuitous pee.
No.
Exactly.
I mean, I personally wouldn't.
Nothing
I
wrong
would
with
try
that.
my best to hold it in, wait for a service station.
That's not healthy, holding it in for too long.
It's not hygienic going on the street, going in the woods or in the wildlife either. It's dirty, it's unhygienic.
No. Also, what if there's somebody
is mainly water. More
see it.
than 95% of wee is water, for goodness sake. You know, it's like rain.
It's not like
harmful.
rain. It's something that's crude and should be done in a bathroom,
It's
you
not
know.
litter. I mean, the council describes it as littering, but it's not. I'm with
It's
you.
not
It's water.
littering.
It's like
Why is it
biological littering. To me, it is. It should
And
be something
Aggie,
that's wasted away.
OK, wee is mostly water, but
Yes.
is that where you'd stop?
What do you mean that's where you'd stop?
Well, yeah, she's talking about the other function.
Well, quite possibly, yes. That's
Like a
where
bear?
you stop.
How does it differ, you know?
I'm not
We get the meaning.
advocating pooing in woods, although actually, if you're deep into the woods and you have to go, you have to go.
Yeah.
But just cover it over with, you know, moss and
Leaves,
stones and things, and it's fine. It's all part of the biological...
But can I ask you, as someone who is pro this, I mean, it's, as I was saying through the show, it's much easier for men, isn't it? For obvious reasons. It's a
Yes.
much less complicated thing to do.
Right. And also for older men who might have prostate problems or having cancer treatment, you've got to go.
But what about, I mean, have you done it?
Yeah, actually, last week I was in the Atlas Mountains and I had to go.
Oh, my
There was
goodness.
nobody else around, so what do? You pull the pants down, have a squat and
Pee
just
on a
go.
peak.
It's fine.
Actually, it's a good point, Mark, because there's probably not many service stations in the Atlas Mountains.
Come on, in the Atlas Mountains, that's a bit of a different situation. But in the UK, you've got a service station every so many miles. You can go before you leave the house, carry a big bottle.
Look, can I cut to the chase? Is it the... Are you saying it's disgusting because there's the possibility that if you're not discreet enough as a man, I mean, somebody might catch a glimpse of a man's willy. Is that effective?
Oh,
No,
my
my
goodness.
gosh, Richard, not
Oh,
that.
my
goodness. I wouldn't
days.
want to, you know, the woods is somewhere you should relax, natural, walking around nature. I don't want to see some gentleman coming out of the bushes adjusting himself to go into the bathroom. It takes away all the lovely things of being in the woods, you know. It's not a very nice situation.
Well, we asked you, should there be fines for doing your business in the wild? And only under 20% of people said yes.
And 81% said no, there shouldn't
Wow.
be one. So, I'm sorry, where would 81%? Absolutely.
Just
We're
be
human beings.
natural.